Good morning, North Texas. It is the 29th day of May. You got Andrew flying solo this Thursday. This is our big day on the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show, where we get you lined up with everything that's happening over the weekend. The morning show is supposed to be a 20-minute little snapshot, get you ready for your day, going to work, dropping the kiddos off at school. They're all on summer break now, right? I don't know. If not, they're getting close. I think it's summer break. Okay, first up, weather. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you to the folks over at 1 Million Cups for allowing Fort Worth Roots to come out yesterday and do a little presentation. We got to speak. It was like our own little TED Talk. They let me riff for like 45 minutes. It was crazy. And then also thank you to the city of Fort Worth, the city manager's office, Mr. Jay Chapa. Thank you for having us out yesterday. That was excellent. Man, that building is ridiculous. We did an episode with Mayor Maddie Parker, talking about how that actually saved the city money, and it just doesn't make sense, but it does add up. So anyway, that episode with Jay Chapa will be coming out. I'm going to try to get that to you by Saturday or Sunday at latest. So we've got some episodes to get through. Anyway, let's get into the weather, folks. Thank you again for listening. Today, Thursday, 84 for a high, 64 for a low. We got some nighttime showers. Let me look at that hourly real quick, make sure you know when that's going to hit. Looks like I'm not seeing any big chances hourly for rain. Like 8 p.m. it goes up to 31%. Okay, but it does say we're, now hold on, that's does it have us in Dilley, Texas? What's going on? Or is it just giving me two? No, that's Fort Worth. Okay, I'm so sorry. I looked up and it said Dilley, Texas on there. The only reason it would have Dilley, Texas is because we made that trip down there for the ranch, Texas. We've got videos on that. Pretty cool stuff on our social media. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. 84 for a high today, 64 for a low. 80% chance of rain, but nobody really knows when it's going to happen. Friday, 81 for a high, 63 for a low. Saturday, 88 for a high, 71 for a low. Sunday, 93, 72 for a low. And then kind of scanning forward into next week, it looks like we've got some chances, 33, 41% chance of rain next week. So we will revisit that on Monday. All right, National Day today. They get dumber every day, every time we read these. Okay, today, May 29th, is Ascension of Baha'u'llah, End of the Middle Ages Day, Mount Everest Day. Go climb a mountain. National Biscuit Day. You like biscuits? Today's your day. National Edison Day. National Snail Day. I guess we're gonna click on it. National Snail Day. May 29th. National Snail Day is celebrated on May 29th every year in the United States. The day is an opportunity to appreciate snails and their benefits. These diminutive creatures have to offer. U.S. snails are small, slow animals that cause very little harm. They are an important part of the ecosystem. They are known to be one of the earliest animals to roam the earth. Fossil discoveries have been used to date primitive gastropods back to the late Cambrian period. The evidence means that snails have been around for about 500 million years. So if you see somebody out there laying down a thick snail trail, tell that sucker congratulations and thanks for being there. Thanks for always being there, snail. Okay. May 29th, Hillary and Norgay are first to summit Mount Everest. New Zealand's Edmund Hillary and Nepal's Tenzing Norgay stand at more than 29,000 feet atop the highest spot on Earth. They remain on Mount Everest summit just 15 minutes before Tenzing leaves an offering of chocolate and Hillary a cross, and then begin their long, arduous descent. I don't know, man. I don't particularly understand why people want to do that, but I'm just really glad that they do, because then we've got stories to talk about. And that'll do it. That'll do it for this day in history. Okay, let's see what else we got. This one I could only find in audio format, and they did a terrible job too, because it cuts off the very beginning of the 14-second clip, but it's an important story, so I figured I'd just play it for you. In the very beginning, she's going to throw out a number that you can't understand. The number is 300. All right, here we go.
FedEx supply chain employees in Fort Worth are set to be laid off this summer. The company says one of their major customers is taking their business elsewhere, and now they have to let go of more than half of their workforce. FedEx will start laying off employees in July.
I don't know why I couldn't find that in text form, but just couldn't. I guess I could have written all that down, but anyway, we're going to lose a lot of jobs here in Fort Worth. FedEx is laying off 300 people, and that sucks. Anyway. All right, moving on. Story by NBCDFW.com and written by, just says staff. North Texan wins $1 million scratch-off prize at Arlington Walmart. The Texas Lottery said $1 million mega jumbo buck scratch-off ticket was sold at the Walmart neighborhood market on Sublet Road in Arlington. The winning mega jumbo bucks ticket was the first of 4 top prizes to be claimed in the game. The $20 scratch-off ticket also offers prizes of $10,000, $500, $200, $100, $50, $40, and $20. The winner, who has to remain anonymous, will now fall under the highest federal tax bracket at 37%, paying $370,000 in taxes and taking home $630,000. Texas does not have a state tax on lottery winnings. Well, that's cool to know. If you win, you get to keep more of it than if you were in other states. 37%. That kind of seems like you're getting deboed, right? Give me that gold chain. Okay. Anyway, congratulations to the anonymous winner in Arlington. I'd like one of them tickets. 3-alarm fire destroys Fort Worth mansion and injures firefighter, officials say. This is from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, story by Lily Davidson. Let's get into it. A large mansion-style home caught fire Wednesday morning after a possible lightning strike, according to the Fort Worth Fire Department. I saw a video of this the other day, or yesterday, and in one of the shots, the whole place looked intact. That's how big this thing was. A ton of damage had happened. A big section of the house had burnt down, and you still couldn't tell from one angle because this daggum house is so big. Crews responded to the home in the 6900 block of Sanctuary Heights Road at about 8 a.m. Officials with the fire department said the fire was being fed by broken gas lines inside the house, and a partial roof collapse sent firefighters out of the home, officials said. Because of the home's size, fire crews called a second alarm. Fire crews sounded a third alarm after a firefighter fell through an elevator shaft and called Mayday. Damn it, dude, officials said. Other firefighters located him and brought him outside of the home. That is terrifying. 90 firefighters worked for 2 hours to fully contain the fire, officials said. One firefighter was injured. Doesn't that sound insane? 90 firefighters worked for 2 hours to put this fire out, or to get it under control. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Wow. Damn. You can catch a video of this and the full story. MSN.com. It says isn't it by the Star-Telegram? This is weird how this is laid out. It might not be. It might not be a Fort Worth or a Star-Telegram. I don't know. But I found it on MSN.com, and it's got Fort Worth Star-Telegram above it, but that might be an ad. Anyway, Lily Davidson wrote it. Okay. Japan to begin clinical trials for artificial blood this year. This is our good news story for the day. You know, these blood banks are always in a state of shortage, and it's a problem. Andy Corbley wrote this one, goodnewsnetwork.org. Japan is the first country to begin clinical trials of artificial blood, a medical innovation which, if proven successful, would solve one of the world's largest hospital challenges of our age. Beginning back in March, a clinical trial organized by Nara Medical University will look to build on the success of an earlier stage trial in 2022 of hemoglobin visicels, something like that. Small artificial blood cells that were confirmed to be safe and compatible or capable of delivering oxygen as normal. The trial will administer 100 to 400 milliliters of the artificial blood cells to further test safety before moving on to broad performance and efficiency targets, all in the hopes that by 2030 the artificial blood could enter clinical use. That would be pretty rad. And we actually have a space news story for you today. This one's also out of China. Stories from MSN.com by Amir Khollam, Khollam. I don't know if I said that right. China launches Tianwen 2 to chase moon origin asteroid, explore hybrid comet. China has launched its most ambitious deep space mission yet. On Wednesday, the Tianwen 2 probe lifted off atop a long March 3B rocket at 1:31 p.m. Eastern from the Xinjiang Satellite Launch Center in somewhere over there in China. The mission aims to collect samples from a near-Earth asteroid and later survey a comet in the main asteroid belt, making the country's first asteroid sampling effort. Tianwen 2 is now en route to asteroid 469219 Kamo Olewa, a small rocky body orbiting close to Earth. The probe is expected to reach the asteroid in mid-2026 and return samples to Earth in 2027. This is exactly how you get alien horror movies, bringing back samples from space. You guys better be careful. That's all I've got to say about that. Want to give a big shout out and a thank you to everybody that came out to our Tuesday night at McFly's this week. What we're doing is we're trying to solve what I've coined, the term that I keep calling it, the media blackout. We have 100 big businesses in the U.S. that are gobbling up all of the attention span for our neighbors, and it's making it impossible for local businesses and creators to get their message out. So our solution to that here at Fort Worth Roots is let's get together every Tuesday. Let's celebrate one of our local creators with a podcast and maybe a performance. And then after we get to the tail end of the podcast recording, everybody in the room that has a business, that is a creator, that has anything going on at all that they want to promote, could be an upcoming event, could be your new book, could be a gig that you got once a week down the road, something like that. It does not matter. This is our opportunity to get together and give everybody a chance to be in the spotlight. So we take that information, we take your voice, we add it to that episode, and we release it every week. So if you'd like to be a part of that, if you're trying to find a powerful, free way to market for whatever you got going on, come on out. Tuesdays, McFly's Pub starts at 5 o'clock, goes till 7, and then right when we get done, I mean the second, Tommy Luke is sitting there tapping his toes, waiting for us to clear the stage so that he can take over for his open mic night. So Tuesdays is a lot of fun, and we're not going to keep you out late. Fort Worth Roots is done by 7, so I got to get home, take the dogs out. So I'm not trying to keep you out late. But anyway, all right, let's get into our events. Where did my phone go? What did you guys do with it? This is ridiculous. I am recording from the house today. If you guys don't know, Hoppin' is no longer going to be with us in about 2 days. Hoppin' is where we have been doing the morning show for like 8 or 9 months. And Holly and Michael have been exceptional hosts, letting us do the morning show from there and helping us keep the lights on at the Fort Worth Roots podcast. So if you would like to see Hoppin' before it disappears forever, you have 2 days. I'd suggest you go out there. They've got 20% off their merchandise, and if you buy any merch, you get 20% off your tab. Okay, let's get into the weekend events. We do this every Thursday to make sure you guys know what's going on around town. Son of the South Side Monster Market. This is going to happen Saturday at 11 o'clock. It's going to be at 1519 Lipscomb. That sounds strange. I thought that was Southside Preservation Hall. Fort Worth Community Center and the Movie Mutant present the Southside Monster Market at Southside Preservation Hall on Saturday, May 31st. The market features over 40 booths of collectors, artists, and more. Stick around for the 3 p.m. Mystery Kaiju movie. The movie is rated G and approximately 90 minutes long. It's going to be food, cash. Please bring cash for food truck. Admission, Southside Preservation Hall is requesting pay what you can. Donations for entry into the movie. Guys, anytime you hear something going on out there at Southside Preservation Hall, located at 151 Lipscomb Street, it's a 501c, and they're trying to keep this beautiful old building from falling apart. So anyway, if you hear about an event, it's not just about the event. You're also supporting a really excellent 501c. What else we got? Fort Worth Bike Fest 2025. Trek Bicycle and FWMBA this Saturday, 8 a.m. More details on Facebook events is where we're getting this. Chief Records, they got a thing going on Saturday at 1 p.m. Aurora. Grand opening celebration. What is this? What do we got going on here? Grand opening celebration, Fort Worth, Texas. Paris Baguette maybe. 2700 North Tarrant Parkway is going on May 31st, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. all daggum day. Okay. Let's see, this is Friday, May 30th. Stockyards Championship Rodeo tickets, Fort Worth, Texas, Cowtown Coliseum. In parentheses, it says Dallas area. What is going on here? That doesn't make any sense. Don't you ever. Whoever wrote this, whoever put that in there in parentheses. Oh, this is May 2nd through October 5th. So, anyway, you got some time. If you've never caught the rodeo out there at the Cowtown Coliseum, I've tried to work with these guys. I have called them. I have emailed them. We've done 2 recordings out there. Great people. But they don't want to have nothing to do with no daggum podcast. Beside that, or regardless of that, it is a great place to entertain the family. The tickets are usually, I haven't looked at ticket prices in a while, but they're usually pretty cheap. And it is just, you are in the action. Dickey's Arena is beautiful. It's a wonderful arena, but nothing compares to how close you get to be at Cowtown Coliseum to the bulls and the horses and the riders, the cowboys, cowgirls. So anyway, it's fun. It's down there in the stockyards called Cowtown Coliseum, and there's always something going on. Okay, let's see what else. Trying to find some cool stuff. Where's the music, man? Show me the music. Not seeing a lot of that here. All right, we're going to skip on over to Instagram real quick, and we're going to check out. First, let's go to McFly's Pub. See what they got going on over there. I should have this stuff memorized. Okay, we got a lot of stuff coming up. Every Tuesday, of course, Fort Worth Roots is out there doing our thing. Trying to see what the date is on this. The McGrath Project live this Saturday. Always put the date on there, folks. Always put the date. Okay, but it is this Saturday live at McFly's Pub. The McGrath Project, no cover, 8 p.m. to 11. Excellent band. We did a recording with them a few months back. Let's see if we got anything else cool going on there. There's my face all over their page. Why is that? McFly's Pub is an honored. We're very honored, rather, that they sponsor the Fort Worth Roots podcast. Okay, that looks to be everything I can find on their page right now for this weekend. By the way, if you guys have never checked out Creed Nickelback, you are missing out. Creed Nickelback is a Creed and Nickelback cover band. And we did a recording with them. Great guys, but their music is a lot of fun, and they put on a hell of a show. Let's see. Let's pop over to the Cicada. I got reprimanded by some people the other day because I made a post, and I told everybody, like, hey, go check out the Cicada before it closes. And the response I got back was, hey, they're not dead yet. They're still trying to keep it going. And that's cool, and I hope they make it. But gathering from what the Cicada is saying publicly online, it's real bad. So if you guys want to keep the Cicada from disappearing, you need to invite 50 of your friends, rent a bus if you need to, take it over there, and then just live there. Live there for a month and buy all their drinks. Cicada, June 8th. So that's a little far out. Let's see if we got anything else. May 31st, the Cicada. The Swift Drag, Taylor Craig Mills Perfume Tigers. Let's see if it has it. Oh, that's it. That's all. Well, there we go. $10 cover. It's not a dream, but it might feel like one. Okay. Look into that. Might be more information somewhere online. Drifter Atlas, Heavy Days, The Chems, The Spiral Sound, The Cicada, May 30th. Doors at 8. $10 cover. 21 and up. Looks like that's all they got going on this weekend. But yeah, man, we're losing all of our favorite third places. So, I don't know. Fort Worth is going to look really different. We talked to Jay Chop about that yesterday during the recording. And there is a resource center kind of over there off of 35 in Rosedale, I think. It's part of the Tech Fort Worth complex, that same old school. And there are small business programs here in Fort Worth that are aimed to help. How much help? I don't know. We're going to need to look into that for you guys. But it's gotten rough out there, and it's just not enough support coming from the city or our community to keep these places alive. And then on top of that, we've got some real winners out there that own dozens of properties, commercial properties, and just overnight they raised the rent 25% on a bunch of our favorite places. So it's rough out there, man. And Fort Worth is absolutely changing. So anyway, if you have a favorite place and you don't want it to close, you might talk to the owner and find out what you can do to help, because everybody is struggling right now. And I've been talking about this for 5 years, and you guys are probably tired of hearing it, but man, I don't know. These little places that we love, that's what makes Fort Worth. I mean, it's the people, but it's also where we meet, you know. Cicada is extremely special. Best live music venue for small local bands, in my opinion. I mean, John and Tyler, they do everything they can to get these guys in the door for cheap. Whereas, you know, if a band wants to play at, say, Tulips, they're gonna have to fork over some dough, I believe. Anyway, not that there's anything wrong with Tulips, but anyway, they've got great music at Tulips. I just feel like it's more inviting to local musicians, and it's a great space, and it just feels more Fort Worth over there at Cicada. Nod your head if you agree. Thank you. Okay, folks, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for making Fort Worth Roots Morning Show part of your day. And if you need to get a hold of us, it's media@fortworthroots.com is our email. And we want to play your stuff. So if you're a business owner, I don't know why you haven't done this yet. If you have a gig coming up, if you're an artist, you need to be leaving us some voicemails so that we can play it for you on the show and get this out to the now nearly 200,000 accounts that we touch monthly. So call in, leave a message. We'll play it. Doesn't cost you nothing. Seems kind of silly not to. All right, guys, as you move through outer space on the back of a giant sea turtle, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Till tomorrow, folks. Good day. You feel me, thrill me. Never had some love to heal me. You're oh so wonderful. I'll never let go. 'Cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning.